Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to eEURO 2021. My name is Harry Chan and I'm joined by Stuart Wesley. And boy, oh boy, the good games just keep on coming. We have Germany versus Poland ready to go. Whereas this is a huge match, isn't it? Not only in terms of the outlook of this group, but between these two nations, such a big rivalry.
Oh yeah, huge. Absolutely a massive rivalry between these two nations. And in terms of the teams, I mean, it's littered with all-stars on both sides. You know, you've got the likes of Lewandowski on one side. On the other side, you have Timo Werner. Yeah, you have players of real quality. And, you know, the players who are, behind the sticks, as it were, as well. You know, we saw from Jancio earlier, again, solid performance. El Matador, we know the caliber that Mike Linden brings to the party. This is going to be... I think this might be a main event without being the main event.
Absolutely. Germany attacking from left to right have started very strong here. It's Timo Werner to start things off. Forces the save and it will be a corner. But we haven't even had a chance to properly introduce the players yet. I know you briefly touched upon it, but El Matador controlling Germany. Part of the German national team for a second year in a row. They were dispatched by Romania, if you remember, in the finals of the groups last year, and it's a front post header unchecked by Jancio, which, well, maybe El Matador would have liked to have done better with. It will be a goal kick to Poland, but yes, Schalke 04 player El Matador is having a bit of a resurgence in the eFootball Pro this season. One of the eldest players competing at the top level of PES still at this time. Going up against Jancio, who, as you said earlier on, played very well. This is a different type of test, though. Here it's Amiri for Germany, and it's 1-0 in the opening 10 minutes of the game. How easy was this, Wes?
Well, you start as you mean to go on from Germany, and El Matador finding the arm in the air of Amiri. It's a great little finish. Again, you talked about the presence of mind with a Lewandowski finish earlier on. You know, knowing that you've got to hit it pretty much as soon as it gets out of your feet. El Matador does the exact same thing with Amiri and advantage Germany very early on. And you can only expect more goals to come out of this. You know, we anticipated earlier that, games were not going to stay 1-0. And again, I don't think this one is going to stay 1-0 for too long. Not that I will use my magic crystal ball. Can certainly see Poland not taking this one lying down.
I hope it isn't the curse of the commentator, because we haven't really seen too much in the opening 15 from Jancio to really threaten El Matador. It's been one-way traffic. Of course, the German national team disappointed with their performance last year. Here is a chance, though, for El Matador. Nice little feint to get room for the shot. It's a nice save. Still not dealt with here by Jancio, and well, Timo Werner might have a chance, and that's a really cheeky goal. Too easy for Germany. Timo Werner, 2-0.
He's been goal shy for his club, but he's not goal shy for his country. 2-0 inside 16 minutes for Germany. Really good play again. It's a good save from Szczesny. You can probably question the clearance, but again, if you don't get it out the first time, Werner will make you pay. And again, it's really good finishing there from El Matador. And again, we talk about taking your chances at this level. You have to take them when they're there. And again, brilliant finish. He had a lot of the goal to aim at. He still tried to put it past the nose of the goalkeeper, but Werner won't care. It's in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to the good.
Dream start for Germany. A really good finish, as you say, from Werner, not only because of the amount of goal he had to still find, but also he was off balance, approaching from a very awkward angle indeed. So now Jancio for Poland has to reply. This is, of course, a two-legged affair, so doesn't necessarily have to, but I'm sure whoever is controlling Poland in the second leg would like for the score to not be a cricket score by the time we get there.
You want to leave yourself within the kind of the touching distance of your opponent. But again, Germany at the moment will, like we said, they will look back to how disappointed they would have been with their eEURO 2020 campaign, and they'll look to try and right some of the wrongs. They were involved in that, like we said, that Sillerender story of Romania getting through as Milik gets through, and looks like it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, I think you're right here. Right on the edge as well, inside the D. maybe too close to goal to have a strike here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him play this one short. We will wait and see. Milik and Lewandowski standing over it. He will actually go for goal. Ricochets off the wall for a corner. Always tricky from that kind of range to get it up and down in time. Zielinski will actually try and swing one in as well. Goalie comes into action. Looking for Bednarek and, well, carbon copy. Another corner.
The thing with that type of corner is as much as it is rinse and repeat, it only has to work once to get themselves a goal.
Bednarek again coming towards that front post, and like you said, it only has to work once, and that's why we see so many players come towards that front post to try and prevent that type of corner happening. Bit of pressure here though for Jancio. Zielinski is the target and will actually out-muscle El Matador. Good cross as well towards Robert Lewandowski. But it's Germany who survive, and Rudiger up to Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, the two trying to combine up top, and that's a bit of a misplaced one, maybe miscued from El Matador. Half an hour gone though, and well, Jancio, despite being 2 down, is starting to grow into this first half of this first leg a little bit. Here is Lewandowski. Waldschmidt on this near side. He's a name that maybe viewers at home might not fancy making it into the first team of the German national team, because we are playing stat balancing mode. He's one of those, like Amiri as well, who will crop up every now and then based on their traits. And here's Timo Werner for 3. It's the third for Germany. Clinical. Absolutely clinical. Deadly from El Matador. It's 3-0. It's really, really good footwork.
Yeah, it's brilliant footwork. He takes the stumble. It probably would have been brought back for let's just have a look at the hands of the ref. No, it wouldn't have been brought back for an advantage. So really good play from Havertz to find Werner, and El Matador is absolutely on fire here. This Germany side looks to have really had a bit of a refresh. You know, you look at the likes of Kerrer, Klosterman, look like they've really come into this side. Havertz, of course, is well renowned as one of the best youngsters, but
oh, Lewandowski
break the line.
Yeah, he's just taken a ricochet there off the goalie. Double touch in from the big man. Agility not quite there to make the actual skill move as effective as it can be when you see the likes of players who have the trait of double touch, can be so deadly with it. Timo Werner though. Inside to Amiri. He and Havertz linking up very well. There's just so many bodies forward here for Germany. They have options in bundles. Interesting to see what type of formation they're playing. Kai Havertz is dispossessed by Bednarek, and it's cleared up to the waiting Piatek, and now Milik has a chance maybe to hold things up. Lewandowski is free on that far side, but it's about trying to fashion the chance to get it to him. Rudiger is actually not able to get the ball away, and it's a cross goal, and it evades absolutely everyone. It might have taken a deflection here actually off a defender, so this one will be a corner, but this was a very dangerous ball and a very dangerous delivery indeed.
If you look at the position of Johnny Tai, he had to get to that ball, otherwise Lewandowski would have tucked it away.
Strong header away. Here is Jacek to Zielinski, holding the ball up so well. Final attack of the half this will be. Amiri clears. Referee's still going to let this play go on, but that one surely will signal the end of the half. 3-0. Really strong half from El Matador. He's looked very comfortable in this matchup, and you might say this is one of the dangerous matchups in the group elsewhere for Germany. We saw them qualify very easily last year, but they certainly want to try and make it as easy for themselves as possible this year as well, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a nation like Germany, you're going to want to get points on the board very early, get yourself as qualified as quickly as possible, and results like this, and with the makeup of their team, we mentioned Johnny Tarr, we mentioned Klosterman, they've got Antonio Rudiger at the back as well. They've got a very, very physical backline, and a little bit of quickness from Kerrer as well. So You know, they have the tools. They certainly have the tools to get out of this kind of qualification group. I think it's more going to be a case, you know, if results stay their way and if results go their way, you know, it's going to be more a case of how they perform in knockout football. But at the moment, they're looking very, very strong here.
Yeah, you almost feel like they're ruining their performances from last year after being knocked out in the first kick of the game. I think 2 minutes in golden goal against Romania, if I remember correctly. It was a tough pill to swallow. They weren't able to qualify for the knockout stages of the finals. As you said, the talent not only behind the sticks but also on the virtual pitch as well certainly deserved a better performance. Here is Havertz. Gundogan will retrieve. Plenty of players to aim for here for El Matador, but that one is very optimistic indeed. Too close to Szczesny. And approaching the final third of the game. I mean, you have to change something soon if you're Jancio. 3-0 down. You can't allow your teammate in the second leg to come in with this kind of deficit. You need goals. Here is Milik to try and maybe make amends. Piatek actually bounces through very favourably for him, and as we're speaking, he gets one back. 3-1.
Yeah, that's a bit more like it from Poland. Piatek, again, it was a dummy, but again, got a little bit of luck. But again, at this level, you do sometimes need a little bit of luck. But it was good build-up play in the first instance. Piatek takes that dummy touch. Again, shrugs off the defender. It's not the first time we've seen it from Piatek today. And again, gets himself a goal. And more of the same, please, Poland. More of the same, please. Because it, you know, again, we haven't really seen a lot of that attacking front line of Poland, but I think that's more of a testament to how good the kind of defence and the kind of midfield has been for Germany. They've just nullified that ball getting into feet, but if you give them half a chance, Poland, they will sting you.
Well, we've seen that here. And that makes the final third of this game a very interesting watch indeed. Kai Havertz into Gundogan. You just sense maybe Jancio is building a bit of confidence here, maybe a bit of head of steam as well. Piatek's in behind once again. Will he get there before the keeper? He actually tries to play it through to Milik, and, well, the referee, what's he given here? This is right on the line. I think this one will be a free kick as opposed to a penalty. Oh, look how close that one's spotted.
Oh, that's prime real estate for a good hit here if you can get it up and down.
Milik to strike with the left boot, straight into the wall. We'll get a second chance, and, well, same result the second time around. Up to the feet of Werner. You can see how patient El Matador likes to build his attacks, just waiting for that man to pull off, whether it's Havertz or Gundogan. Always looking to try and find that sort of quarterbacking position. He's really nullifying the threat here of Poland. You can see how high the press is trying to come out of Jancio, but once he plays around the press, El Matador, this is where the gaps are going to start to open up. Timo Werner dispossessed, and now there's bodies forward here actually for Poland. We'll see if Jancio can find any of them. Goralski.
Yep.
That's a really good ball. Milik has a chance maybe to turn back to Piatek, but Mukhtar comes through and does the business at the back.
Good defensive work there from Germany. They saw that the kind of the pressures that were coming, and they've kind of seen that little go-to move that Jancio does have when it gets into Piatek. He likes to hit a first-time kind of dummy just to give himself a little bit of freedom to move, but I think it's been kind of well scouted here. But there's still time yet. There's still time on the clock to give his teammate a little bit more of a favourable position. But again, got to be mindful of not conceding anymore.
Absolutely, into the feet of Werner. We'll find Gundogan. Tackled well by Jacek, and, well, Klosterman steps up. You're right. I mean, another goal here in the final 10 for Poland, and you make it very appetising for the man coming into the second leg. But has to defend and, as you say, not concede anymore. Chan in the box here, lovely touch behind. Werner with a dummy. He's just been shepherded off the ball there, very physical, but the referee saw no problem with it. And look at this, Werner's in behind, and oh, Szczesny gets a paw to it. Vitally did so. Really awkward one there for the German striker. Not sure he could quite spin his body around to get a strike away before the keeper touched it, but it's all about just seeing this game out now if you're El Matador. Yes, if you're Jancio, you want to get that extra goal. El Matador is obviously thinking the exact opposite. Let's get this 2-goal cushion into the second leg and know that you've done your part in this two-legged affair. 90th minute now. Which way will the final attack of the game fall? Looks like it will go Poland's way. All hands to the pump now, surely. That's a nice dummy on that far side. Tries to go back inside, but oh, it's great defending in the end. Goretzka, Klosterman, ready to just ping this one up the pitch. Won't even get an opportunity to. And 3-1 in the first leg between Germany and Poland. What a tremendous game indeed. We'll take a quick look at the first leg stats before we go to a very quick break and we get the second leg set up. And, well, it was fairly even in terms of shots and chances, but the possession one-sided in Germany's favour. Guys, do not go anywhere. We will be back with the second leg very shortly.